Welcome to the K. Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. K. Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on your Stellar Award-nominated Gold Chip Foundation station, 98.5 FM, streaming on 1580thepraise.com. And today I have Karen Marie.
Hey.
Yes, thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Yes, this is a long-anticipated interview.
We've been at this for 2 months.
Come on, yes. But look at God. Look at God. So, yes, God is so good. But Karen Marie is a visionary leader, creative artist, and cultural strategist dedicated to fostering belonging, healing, and authentic human connection. She earned her Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from St. Francis University and her Master of Arts in Educational Policy and Leadership from the Ohio State University. Okay. Yes. Karen began her professional journey as a collegiate women's basketball coach before transitioning into workforce development and cultural transformation work. She is a founder and principal grid of Karen Hewitt Consulting and the Culture of You, specializing in culture strategy and transformation, leadership development, team building, and employee and personal wellness. Known artistically as Karen Marie, she is also a published author. Come on, girl. Poet, singer. Come on. Improv performer, stand-up comedian. What else? What don't you do? That's the question.
I don't paint.
She don't paint. She don't paint, y'all. But she's a dynamic speaker whose voice and artistry have impacted audience across multiple platforms. Her work has graced sold-out stages, including Lincoln Theater. Come on now. Yeah. Peggy R. McConnell Arts Center. Karen is the author of 2 poetry collections and a contributing author to the Black Woman's Guide to Love and Business and Cultural Impact. Strategies to create world-changing workplaces. Through every stage, workshop, and conversation, Karen brings joy, wisdom, and healing that inspires others to connect more deeply with themselves and the world around them. So thank you so much.
I always hate listening to that.
Yes, come on now. What don't, man? She does everything. What don't you do?
You know, everything at a different time. I'm not painting. I'm hopefully not doing too much administration, but you know.
Come on now.
Not just yet. Not just yet. Getting
and
there.
once again, thank you so much.
Yes.
I mean, yes, I appreciate you.
I've heard so many great things. I've been excited to get here with you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let's get into the interview.
Yeah.
What inspired your transition from collegiate basketball coaching into workforce and culture development?
So when I came, I coached at my alma mater, St. Francis University in Pennsylvania, and then I was, my grandmother was sick, and so in her last year of life, I got to go back to Cincinnati and teach at my alma mater, and then coach a high school team and win a state championship with them.
Come on, state championship.
I won a lot. So like you know, I always tell my kids like if I never have to win again, this is yours. Like this is yours. So Ohio University and University of Kentucky, and so when I was coming back to get my master's, I originally I have the principal licensure track, and I was like I don't want to do that. So coaching adults is much like coaching 18 to 22-year-olds.
Okay.
So it was a natural transition, and I really focused on workforce development, strategic human capital, and diversity and inclusion. So I got to kind of make my own degree because I wasn't going for the principal licensure track, and I really, really appreciate it. I worked at Staff Mark early on in my career, and then I also worked at the Raising Cane's franchise, recruiting managers, and like putting people in positions to sustain their lives and really like change the trajectory of their lives was incredibly fulfilling and continues to be.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And my condolences, you said the first year you lost your grandmother. You came back.
Yeah, that was 2007. Yeah, 2007 to 2008. So that was a long. I mean, I've lived many lives. So yeah, she's still hanging around. So you know, in my head and in my spirit. So that was my buddy.
Wow.
But, yeah.
So for you to transition, you said you win a lot. All you do is win.
I mean, yeah, I do. I win quite a bit, and it turned into professionally, like a win for me is somebody doing well.
Yes.
I want people, as a teacher, I wanted people to have the answer to the test. I was a math teacher, you know, so like I wanted people to have the answer to the test. I'm not trying to trip anybody up. Like, life's hard enough already.
Exactly.
And so all the wins for me were seeing people be successful. And then, like, I think I facilitated something in Yellow Springs about a month ago, and one of my former AAU players was there, and she was like in the Chamber of Commerce, like, young professionals program, and I'm like, oh my goodness. She's like, I still talk to my mom about you, and it's just like, those are wins. Those are big wins for me, for sure.
Wow. So do you still do some coaching and?
I used to referee for quite a bit. My body, it's telling me that I needed to sit down. And so I will sometimes do some coaching on like a showcase or something like that day. My friends are still coaching in the game. And so I really have stepped away from it, but you know, working with sometimes with the Women's Commission, mentoring, supporting other coaches and other entrepreneurs and coaching them in grounding and capacity coaching. So I'm always coaching. I mean, the grounding and capacity coaching is really enjoyable. I have a assessment that is like energy leadership styles. And so we talk about like energy budgeting and making sure that you have energy for the day and energy for the tasks that you have to do, and how to, you know, breathe and really settle into your nervous system and be in your body. So I really enjoy the grounding and capacity coaching. I used to not really like the one-on-one, but I'm watching people like expand in real time and be able to hold more complexity. And so that's really cool.
How does that go with the energy?
I know.
Yeah. So more details.
Yeah.
Breathing and.
Yeah. So I am actually.
I think I need that.
Yes.
I'm dead serious.
You do.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you do. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I ain't even gonna hold you. You need it. So I am a certified Reiki practitioner and polarity somatic practitioner. And so about 10 years ago, I started doing emotional intelligence work, doing a lot of somatic journeying, Reiki, and then I was like, oh, I kind of want to do this. I've always known that there was like healing, and my dad he was a pastor, and he always said, you know, you got the call, and I was always like, I don't know if I want to be in a pulpit, but like I've found a way to use my healing hands and all of that stuff. So I do some on table stuff, but with the grounding and capacity coaching, we use with the Zen Leadership Institute, they have an assessment called the Phoebe. And so it's focus, energy-based indicator. And so it talks about your leadership styles from energy pattern perspective. So driver, organizer, visionary, and collaborator. And the point is, it's not a strengths and weaknesses type of assessment. What it says is, when I'm in these patterns, I am energized. When I am in these patterns doing tasks in these patterns, I am depleted, right? And so you want to balance those things out. Hopefully we get to a point in our life where we can do more of the things that energize us mostly. Yes. But, you know, we have to do what we have to do sometimes till we can do what we want to do. So it's like, okay, how can I balance? Because I'm a high collaborator, visionary, and organizer. My driver is like in the parking lot. And so, you know, that stuff like hurting people and like getting people to project managing and getting people to finish and follow up and deadlines, that stresses me out. Like that just takes it out of me. And so I have to go do some organizing tasks or like put some emails in some folders or something, and then I can bounce back and do something else different. So like it's just really balancing that energy with also like taking moments to yourself, knowing what tools ground you, knowing what things deplete you, and people, places, and things that deplete you, and making sure that you're really considering that every time you're stepping into a space, like, where is my energy barometer right now, and like, what can I do to get more spaciousness, you know?
How can you level then your energy barometer?
You know, it's interesting. As someone who is neurodivergent, it is. I don't always get to pick and choose when I have it, you know, so I have to go with the energy bursts when I get them, and communicate a lot. And I think that's probably the best thing about being an entrepreneur is that I'm on my own time, and, you know, I have a lot of experience with discipline and schedules and basketball and all that kind of stuff. So that I'm gonna hold myself very highly accountable, but I think the balancing is like going with that ebb and flow and really giving yourself grace and not always pushing through, but like maybe find a way to reschedule this. And then, you know, every day I look at my calendar and I'm like, okay, do I need to does this feel spacious or does this feel constrictive? And what do I need to do to change that? And people really appreciate communicating. Ever since COVID, like anytime I cancel a meeting, people are excited about that. So like, you know, like, it's just kind of like, it's like, all right, well, we'll come back to it. Cause like,
we'll circle back to
what
it.
what is time anyway? Right. Like, so, people are always open to it. And generally people are saying that I was actually thinking about doing that, but I didn't want to do that.
Wow.
And so it gives permission for other people to call on whatever they need to create that spaciousness and to balance that out. Like, I actually don't have any more spoons today. I'm going to go lay down, or I'm going to go outside and take a walk, and then I'll come back, you know? Then I'll come back to it.
I like that. So, like you said, balance everything out.
Yeah, I try to get like from balance to harmony, right? Like some days I just balance. It's like surviving to thriving, right? Like some days it's just balance, and I'm okay with that. Go to bed, start over the next day. But most days, if I can get to harmony, those are like really, really feel good days. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. And then you said your dad is a pastor.
He was a pastor.
He was a pastor?
Yes, he passed away in 2024.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he worked for the Community Relations Commission, and he was a minister, and a theologian, brilliant. He's HR, you know, so I got to do a lot of facilitation with him. Actually, I got my facilitation chops with him. He was a diversity management consultant. So been to Philly, he would let me, you know, facilitate and hold the room. And so I definitely learned a lot spending time with him. That was my guy.
Aww.
Whether it was basketball or, you know, church or professionally, like anything. It was like, whatever. That's my guy.
Wow. Well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
And mom was a teacher, right?
Oh,
so like,
God,
she's still a teacher. Well, she's an educator, and so she works for, in Cincinnati, like Hemi, which is for foster and young people that are going to college. So it gives them a lot of those tools. So she won't retire. She retired, but she ain't retired.
She ain't retired.
She ain't retired. She walks like 7 miles a day every morning. So I'm like, girl.
7 miles a day.
For real. Like, she is moving.
I need to be like your girl. I had it was an emergency last week in my neighborhood, and I had to run. I said, I need to exercise because I'm over here out of breath. Girl, I ran. How about it was only 3? No, I ran to the 7th house on my street. I had to run past 3, and I'm over here like,
I hope to never run on purpose again, to be quite honest. I hope to never have to run again on purpose. So I already know. I will be breathing hard. I'm a walker. I'm in a pool, and I be going to my little Aurora or like Silver Sneakers classes because I got all these. My hips are about 70, so like I be going there, and they be doing better than me. So I'm like, let me get my little kick up. So yeah, anything but running.
Anything but running. I'm gonna have to catch up with your mom.
Yeah.
She gonna have to teach
I walked
me
with her.
strength.
She was like, I'm gonna go another mile and then turn around. I said, I'm gonna meet you at the house.
That
like,
worked.
I'm going home. I can walk back 4 miles. Go ahead. She's like, okay.
That's so cute.
And she's like 5'3". Like, she's like
she's
little
short
thing.
like
Yeah.
Wow, she's taller than me though.
I'm giving her an inch, I think, but we'll just keep it. We'll keep it there.
Wow, that is so good. Okay.
Yeah.
But I love that you said your dad told you you have a gift for healing, and you took that. And then also it's a different, like you said, like I didn't want to be in a pulpit, so you went a different direction. So that's
I get behind the podium. I guess it's the same thing, kind of same thing. But yeah.
But that's still good because some people look at one direction,
right,
and you just, you know, you pivot that thing,
pivot
and
it.
just did something else.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Change
love
it. Yeah, mix it up.
Mix it up. Come on now. Now, also, at the moment, when did you realize your purpose was bigger than just a career?
I think really starting, with Reiki and polarity. Polarity, it's a practice, and the originator of it was a minister and a metaphysicist. So it's like, we call it God science. But basically, polarity has allowed me to sit with myself, to connect with the radiance inside of me through my spinal fluid, and we sit, and that's the practice. Like, you sit. And you sit in your own, and you're bathed in your own, like, radiance and vibrancy. And doing that alone, you can't sit in your own like radiance and ask to accept it and ask to like love yourself, and not know that you have a greater calling, right? Like
Come on.
you can't sit there and be like thinking positively about your life and your purpose and your soul and your spirit, and then be like, oh, I don't have anything to do, like it doesn't matter. Like, no, we
Wow.
get, do something. Yeah.
So with that too, you said sit by yourself.
Oh yeah.
Some people can't be by themselves. They need an entourage. They got their phone. They can't even 5 minutes.
I just talked to
Can't
Kamir about
even
this.
go to the bathroom. Okay, by them. This is like so true. So how do you even get someone to that step to want to be by themselves? I think maybe because everything's social, and so many people want to, be like influence or everything's, and they feel like they need the entourage. But I love that you said by yourself, because girl, I could be by myself. Honey, I love it.
Love it.
And people be like, what? I'm like, I'm actually an introvert by extrovert will, because I love being by myself. But a lot of people cannot.
No.
Like, can't even put their phone down.
No.
So
yeah, I actually have managed to set up my life where I rarely have to talk to people before 11 a.m.
Okay.
And so that's journaling, that's sitting. Sometimes I need some movement, so I may go outside and walk. If I'm preparing for a show, like I'll walk with like the songs in my ear, or like I've moderated some book festival stuff, so I might like be listening to the book,
Wow.
while I'm walking. And so it depends on the day. Depending on the day, when I wake up, I'm like, okay, is this a sitting practice day, or is this like a movement practice day, right? And with the sitting practice, it is, I will sit, I'll put my timer on for 5 minutes, and I'll just sit, and then sometimes I'll be done with the alarm, and I'll be like, okay, my attitude's still bad, I need to go sit some more. But I think that the longing that we have, we all have a longing to know ourselves more deeply, to know our souls. We do. And our mind gets in the way of that. It runs a lot of narratives,
Right.
Societal narratives and narratives that you may have learned growing up. But when we can get our mind still enough to hear our soul, and the kind of way entry, like an entry into that, is collective power. And so we touch wrist to wrist, because the joints have the spinal fluid. Like, that's the easiest way to connect with yourself.
Oh,
so
wow.
if you in meetings, I'm like sitting, cross wrists, cross ankles.
Wow.
Like, I have my ankles crossed right now,
Wow.
and like
Look.
just
Oh.
pulsing, right? Like just feeling that, and the thought of, if you think about trees and like how they connect at the roots, we talk about connecting at the roots, life to life, not personality to personality. And so if you ever experience something like that, where we're all standing in a circle and my wrist is touching your wrist, and we're all standing here just vibrating, and just connecting, like you're looking in people's eyes and you're like seeing souls. It transcends so many identities, right? And
Wow.
so somebody has that experience and they're like, all right, I need to learn a little bit more about this. And then they might come
Yeah.
to a hour intro session, or like a day in-person session. Like my mentor, Suzanne Roberts, wrote a book called It's Deeper Than That. And so
Wow.
that is unifyingsolutions.com. If you're interested in learning more about polarity and learning more about stilling your mind and understanding the vibrancy and radiance that is you and your soul. If you're interested in doing that. If you're not interested in doing that, I want you to ask yourself why. But I will say,
Right,
like,
right,
everybody
right.
has a longing, and I think even as we look at some of the times right now in these administrations, we've moved so far from knowing ourselves
Absolutely,
and connecting
yes.
with ourselves, that's why you see a lot of this unhinged behavior.
Exactly.
It's just we're longing to know ourselves, and then the mind does what it does, and people run with that instead of being still. Like, they can't, not be still.
What would be like a good practice to help someone that says, you know what, I want to try this out?
Okay. I would say do the cross your wrists and cross your ankles.
Okay.
I do that sometimes in meetings, but I would say set a timer for 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. I'll sit up in my bed, and put my back on the wall. Sometimes I'll lay down and I'll do like mini meditations. But I'm silent, and I'm just sitting there. Sometimes if I have to, I can do like instrumentals, and that's okay.
Okay.
But I I really just recommend just sitting there and letting your thoughts go, just noticing them, not judging them, and see how you feel afterwards. See how you feel afterwards. You're going to be calmer, guaranteed, already. But then see how you start to connect with yourself. See where your thoughts go. See what shifts and what changes, you know? So that's the first thing I would say. And then, you know, I always have a bunch of tools. I have, whether it's going to the gym, like working out for me, movement is definitely a practice of connecting with self. Eating well, cooking, like different things can really make me connect with myself and like what I want and what I enjoy. And so that's one way to get to know yourself. And it's the same thing as when we're sitting, right? We're getting to know ourselves. We're getting to know what we really want, what we really care about, what we really enjoy. And so I think finding those little things that give you those moments of peace. For some people, it's gardening. For some people, it's playing a musical instrument. For some people, it's just listening to music. For some people, it's just taking a nap. And like all of those things are okay and welcomed in this space. And I just think that there are so many ways that we can do that. And so that's how I talk to people at keynotes. I talk about different ways to control that, manage your energy, manage your nervous system. You know? So, yeah.
And then you mentioned mini meditation. So that could be...
Those are like, I have actually a couple apps. I don't, you know, people have their feelings about astrology, but, you know, it's in the Bible too. It's in the Bible. So they followed a star to go get Jesus in the manger. Anyway, so so, you know, astrology's in there, but the Chani app is really great. And it definitely doesn't sanitize oppression. So I think you know, utilizing that from a pro-black, from a pro-people lens, you get a different astrology reading, right? But she has meditations for you every day that are like 8 to 12 minutes, like, you know? So I also have a friend who does many meditations. Her name is Shell Hamilton. So she has podcasts. Those are like, you know, 8 to 10 minutes. For longer type of meditations, there are lots of options, but I prefer the shorter periods of time because I can do it and then I can go. You know, even sometimes I'll put on waves, ocean sounds, and I'll just take a 5-minute like little nap, little break, and it's like nature sounds. You know what I mean? Like I'll just sit and just like listen to the waves, imagine I'm there, and just take a little break from whatever's going on. And those are really great moments.
I love that because it's so much noise that goes on. I mean, even as we're doing it, we're hearing the noise from the traffic. Yeah. There's just so much noise. Even like you said, if it's the news, if it's social media.
Oh, social media. Ooh.
Yes. So just to break that down, it's something that a lot of us do not do.
No.
Yes.
We weren't taught to do that though either.
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't teach us. They teach us on the go.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, go, 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 go.
Yeah, school.
Yeah, if you're sitting down, if you're sitting down, you're doing something wrong. Like, oh, I'm relaxing. Oh, this isn't right. You know, that's how it's like we're trained. So then just to slow down and connect with ourselves. And
did you ever hear the phrase like, you know, idle hands are devil's workshop?
Yes.
That's like where we come from. We come from emotion, getting a bag, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. You're right. Especially that chasing the bag.
All right. I'm tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It is tired.
My soul is tired. Like,
Right.
I got some soul sleep that I can't get until, you know, the next realm. But like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like I have learned and unlearned and deconstructed the professionalism, the societal call to do things faster and more. I think COVID was really an invitation to slow down, and we just ignored it and sprinted. But you know, I'm always like, well, that's your pace. It's not my pace.
I agree. That was probably just a time. I love that time. I love that time too.
It.
Yes. Like I said, just to slow down.
I created so much.
Yes.
I wrote so much.
Yes. Yeah. And it was a blessing to me because it's like you said, you got to slow down. And a lot of people was like, I hated COVID. Well, look, to this day, by the grace of God, I didn't even catch it.
Me neither.
Okay.
I haven't got it. I haven't had it. And I've been in a household at one point with multiple people that have had it,
Uh-huh,
and
me too.
I didn't get
I've
it.
been around everybody. They were like, no, she didn't get it. I'm like, but it's like our immune system.
Mm-hmm. And I know that my mom had gotten it, but my sister never got it, and my dad never got it.
Wow.
Yeah, he had cancer, you know, and he never got it.
See, look at God.
Yeah, I mean, it was welcomed.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow. But
Mhm.
yeah, that was a time.
there was a time.
And like I said, just it's so much going on.
There's so much going on.
So just to slow down.
And then slow down a little bit more.
Yes, and slow down a little bit more. Come on now, then what we're already.
Look at you. You just got peace in your spirit. Look at you. You're just like, yes, this is
Look,
nice.
I got my legs.
Like, this is
Yeah, I got
nice.
my ankles crossed.
You feeling good?
Yes, I'm
you
feeling
pulsing a little bit. You feeling real good. Like, I'm alive.
Yes,
like,
I'm
whoa,
alive.
fully alive. What a cool feeling.
Yes.
Mhm.
But this is definitely information that
Yeah.
we need more.
Yes.
Because everybody's on a go. Like you said, get to the bag. They want to, it's just so much.
Yeah. And I think that working in, I was at Leadership Columbus for a little while, and we did, programs for leadership. And I think one thing, especially in the Black community, is we don't always, power is access to resources and
Yes.
opportunities. And a lot of times we don't have the same access that people have. It's not that we shouldn't learn it, or it's not even indigenous to us.
Right.
But, those practices got colonized, of course. But like at the end of the day, I think that we get to have access to those things. And if I
Yes.
had, the privilege of being in those spaces and learning those things, and I want to bring it back to us.
Absolutely. And speaking about bringing it back to us,
Yeah.
how can we connect?
Yes. You can go to cultureofyou, spell it out, .com, and sign up for my newsletter. I do a monthly newsletter. It'll tell you everything I'm doing. I always tell people, like, I do a lot, get in where you fit in. So, Thursday or Friday, it might be a comedy show, and then it might be TEDx in October, right? So it depends.
Come on, TEDx.
We're doing a TEDx in Lincoln,
yes,
Bronzeville
look
with
at
Culture of You.
that.
Yeah, so get in there.
Come on. And then on Wednesdays,
On Wednesdays, I'm on 98.5
Yes.
FM or 1580thepraise.com at 1 p.m. with Camille on the Soul Dope Show, doing Capacity with Karen. So we were just talking about this today, about slowing down and everybody moving too fast, right? Like more wrecks, more altercations, like more challenges. It's because people are moving too fast and they're not able to slow themselves down.
yes. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Karen.
Of course.
And we're going to have part 2 coming up. So,
Hey.
yes. So, thank you guys for tuning in to the K. Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show. Your Stellar Award nominated Gold Chip Foundation Station, 98.5 FM, streaming on 1580thepraise.com. Please like, share, and subscribe to the K. Willis Positive Vibes podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the K. Willis Positive Vibes podcast. Please order my book, The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles, a 31-day journey to positive living, available on Amazon.com. Until next time, stay positive.